Well, this is Black History Month, so this is our little breakfast, our little get-together. Hi, Lynn. How are you?
Hi, how are you,
Good,
sir?
nice to see you. I'm proud to honor this heritage, and we'll be honoring it more and more. The folks at the table, in almost all cases, have been great friends and supporters. And Darrell, I met Darrell when he was defending me on television. And the people that were on the other side of the argument didn't have a chance, right?
That's right.
And Paris has done an amazing job in a very hostile CNN community. He's all by himself, and we'll have 7 people in Paris, and I'll take Paris over the 7. But I don't watch CNN, so I don't get to see as much as I don't like watching fake news.
None of us watch news anymore.
So, but Fox has treated me very nice wherever Fox is. Thank you. And it is. I mean, a lot of the media is actually the opposition party. They're so biased, and really it's a disgrace. Some of the media is fantastic and fair, but so much of the media is opposition party, knowingly saying incorrect things. So it's a very sad situation, but we seem to be doing well. You know, it's almost like, in the meantime, we won. So maybe they don't have the influence they think, but they really are. They really have to straighten out their act. They're very dishonest people.
Now on to the issues of the day. Today's February 1st, which means we are kicking off Black History Month.
As of today, we are officially putting Iran on notice. Thank you.
Thanks, General. We are going to have a background briefing with NSC staff today at 4 o'clock here in the briefing room. Further details will be provided on that subject. So thank you, General, with that. As we start off, I mentioned yesterday, I'm pleased that we've expanded the briefing room, at least virtually. And so with that, as I begin to take your questions, I'm pleased to offer the first ever Skype seat question in the White House briefing room to Kim Kalunian from WPRI in Rhode Island. Kim?
Thank you. Good afternoon. Can you hear me okay?
We can.
Great. Just this week, the mayor of Providence, Rhode Island, began calling our capital city a sanctuary city. As we know, President Trump's executive order says the White House will begin publicizing a weekly list of these municipalities and pledges to withdraw federal grant money from them. What I'm wondering is how soon we can expect to see this list, and how soon should cities like Providence expect to see their federal funding cut?
Thanks, Kim. I think the president's goal in ending sanctuary cities is pretty clear. We want to, as we mentioned with these other actions, keep America safe. We're going to the second Skype seat, Natalie Herbeck from Fox 8 in Cleveland, Ohio. Natalie.
Secretary Spicer, thank you so much for this rare opportunity. I appreciate it. I'm learning the ropes here.
Natalie, you're coming back.
I'd also like to quickly ask 2 questions, if I may. The first one being, President Trump has been quick to take action on several issues he's addressed along the campaign trail. And with that in mind, he made a stop here in Cleveland, and he said that he would like to make cities like ours the economic envy of the world. A bold statement. So our viewers would love to know an example, a specific example, as to how he plans to do this sooner than later.
That's a great question, Natalie. I think it's not just Cleveland, but it's Detroit. With that, I want to go to my third Skype seat, Lars Larson of The Lars Larson Show.
Commander Spicer, it's a pleasure. Thanks for your service to America, and thanks for the opportunity. I've got a broad question. The federal government is the biggest landlord in America. It owns 2/3 of 1 billion acres of America. I don't think the founders ever envisioned it that way. Does President Trump want to start returning the people's land to the people? And in the meantime, for a second question, since that's in fashion these days, can he tell the Forest Service to start logging our forests aggressively again to provide jobs for Americans, wealth for the Treasury, and not spend $3.5 billion a year fighting forest fires?
Thanks, Lars. I think the president's been very clear that as part of an overall comprehensive energy solution, that we've got to utilize the resources that we have that the federal government owns. With that, let me go to the last question on the Skype, and then we'll continue. Jeff Jobe of South Central Kentucky, of the Jeff Jobe Publishing in South Central Kentucky. Jeff.
Thank you for allowing me to be part of today's White House press briefing. Clearly, anyone paying attention will see that President Trump is aggressively acting on his campaign promises. This in itself gives hopes to my state, and particularly the region in which I grew up, Appalachia. We've seen countless politicians make promises at both state and national levels, and not only forget us, but to turn on it. So my question is, How soon or when will the rules restricting coal mining, coal burning, and coal exports be reversed? Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. I've talked about this a couple times so far, but I believe, the president has very clearly stated that clean coal in particular is an issue that's so important to our energy. So with that, thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Have a good day.
One more, sir.